Conditional logic is a powerful tool that can help shorten the length of your forms and make them more personalized for the user. With conditional logic, you can choose to hide or show fields, confirmations, notifications, and even the submit button. For example, I have a simple contact form that asks for the user's name and email address. I would like to add more information to the form to determine who should follow up with the user. I can use the drop-down field to ask the user which department they would like to contact and provide them with several options to choose from: sales, billing, or customer service. Depending on which department the user chooses, I would like to display different fields. I'll start by adding a new section for the sales department. On the Field Settings panel, I can click on Conditional Logic to access the flyout menu and enable conditional logic for this field. With conditional logic enabled, I can choose to show this section if all of the following conditions match. If the field "Who would you like to contact" matches or is the sales department, then I want this section to be displayed. Otherwise, I would like this section to remain hidden. With this conditional logic in place, this section will only display if the user chooses sales department from the drop-down field above. Next, I'll add two fields to the section: a single-line text field for the subject of their message, and a paragraph text field for the message itself. With the sales department section now set up, I need to create two additional sections for the billing department and customer service department. I can use the duplicate button to create a copy of the sales department section, and then edit the settings so that this section now applies to the billing department. First, I'll quickly change the field label under the General tab, and then open the Conditional Logic flyout menu. Because this section is an exact copy of the Sales Department section, Conditional Logic is already enabled and set to the same options we selected earlier. If I change the value field from Sales Department to Billing Department, this section will only display if the user selects the Billing Department from the drop-down box. Like the Sales Department section, this section will remain hidden unless the user wishes to contact the billing department. I'll add a single-line text field and paragraph field so that the user can submit their message. It might also be useful for the billing department to know the user's account number, so I'll add one additional field to this section. Next, I'll duplicate the billing department section to create the customer service department section. I can follow the same steps as before and use conditional logic to display this section only if the user wants to contact the customer service department. For this section, I'll add a radio button field to check if the user has already submitted a ticket and has a ticket number. Next, I'll add a single-line text field that asks for their trouble ticket number. I would like to keep this section as simple as possible and only display this field if the user has a ticket number. I'll start by using the flyout menu to enable conditional logic. I will set the conditional logic to only display this field if the user answers yes to the question, "Have you already submitted a trouble ticket?" in the radio buttons field above. And then, like before, I'll add two final fields so that the user can submit their message. I'll update the form, and then we can preview what visitors will see when they fill out this simple contact form on our site. If the user selects Sales Department, a new section will appear on the form with fields to submit their message. Selecting Billing Department will automatically update the form and change the section below to the Billing Department section we created earlier. This section has an additional field that requests the user's account number, as well as the message fields from before. Finally, selecting Customer Service Department from the drop-down box will automatically change the Billing Department section to the Customer Service Department section. If the user indicates that they have previously submitted a trouble ticket, we can see our conditional logic in action as it displays the single-line text field asking them to enter their ticket number. If the user has not submitted a trouble ticket before, this field will remain hidden and they will be simply prompted for a subject and their message. For more information on all the ways you can use conditional logic, be sure to check out our documentation on the Gravity Forms website. And for more guides and tutorials on all things Gravity Forms, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.